I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go.
I'm just lost to feel. I need time to heal. I can't steer the wheel, cause this driving hill, and it gives me chills. A nice road it feels. I slip off the peel and crash all the steel. Will I ever heal?
I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all.
And we all got dreams, we all want things. But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night,
And we all got dreams, we all want things. But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad. Baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another day, and I'm your host, TradeFly, bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use for tomorrow. We're going to go through all sorts of things today. Basically, we'll take a look at some of the data that's going to be coming out tomorrow. What are they anticipating? We'll try to get ahead of that, and then we'll look at it and take that and look at it on the charts and see, like, hey, like, where can we go from here if that data comes out as they are predicting, which, let me give you a little teaser. They're expecting a little bit of negative data tomorrow. So the consensus is right now that it will be under forecast, and that is in regards to GDP data, but we will cover that here soon as we get into the news. We're going to look at the charts, though. We definitely have some breakouts that have been happening, especially in TradeFly on the NASDAQ. We had a little trend. We got over some critical areas of support, a little bit of a breakout. We've been looking at that for probably, I'd say, about a week or so for the NASDAQ. There was two ways we could go. We had a little no trade area, and we'll cover that. We'll cover that when we get there, but that being said, thank you everyone for being here today, and my goal really is to help you guys kind of navigate this trade space as well as teach you what I'm looking for, get into my mindset a little bit, and I'm not really holding back. When I go live, I give you everything I got, and that is what it is. But I would appreciate if you do like and subscribe. That would help me out very, very much, as well as come on over to the Discord and you will get some additional TA, not just from me, but some other big players in the space as well. We got some dudes that can really ball out on the charts. Would love to see you guys over there. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. First things first, I'm going to go over to the chat here, say what's up to everybody, because that's why I do this, right? A to Ace, my dude, he's in here dropping the LFG, and check him out. All right, so if you guys haven't heard of Hydro Drip, he does have a project and it's doing quite well. Link up with him in the Discord, and he will direct you on where to go and how you can actually get into that project. It's actually pretty cool. I do personally own an NFT. All right, so not really a shill session or any of that. I like the guy. I believe in him. I trust him. And I decided to invest my own capital in it as well. Alexandra G, the best mod in the biz. What's up, lady? Good to see you. Good to see you. Albert, how are you? Good morning to you from Indonesia. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. That is much appreciated. Jay Violet, hello. How are you? I feel like I haven't seen you much lately. Hope all is well. K Diggity, no doubt. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Thank you for linking me up. I did actually talk to Stupid Bitcoin a little bit. That was pretty cool. So I appreciate you for kind of, making that happen. Andrew Cameron, how are you? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Mike Play, sup, fam? What up to you? Andrea, how are you? Hope all is well. And if you guys don't know, if you're in the Discord, go check out her section. Okay, she does get into some more of the fundamentals. And we have a section dedicated just for that. So please check her out. She is definitely doing the legwork, the research that we all neglect. Let's be honest. We neglect it. She does it. Definitely go check it out. So there you go. All right. Jay Violet was on vacation. That is right. That is right. I do remember reading that. All right. let's go ahead and get in to what's important, what you guys really want to see, and that is going to be the charts. First thing we're going to look at is the NASDAQ. Okay, so two things we're looking at here. So let me keep it transparent with you. What I was looking at, right? We had this zone of interest, we'll call it, all right, and it was a no trade place, all right, a zone where I'm saying I'm not trading in here. We were looking out for a potential breakout retest and then continuation of the downside, right, continuation of trend. This thing has really flipped on me, to be honest with you. Was not anticipating, but the other thing we were looking at, we're like, hey, it can always go two ways and we got to be ready for it, whether it goes one way or the other. We stay safe in here and then we let price action do the work, and sure enough, it has broken out of this trend line. It has gotten a retest, and you know what you would look for in most instances would be for this to continue to the upside to around 78, where you will run into some resistance. However, that being said, that does bring us into some of the news that I want you guys to be very, very cautious of. So I'm going to go ahead and tie in that news. I'm going to do that now, okay, just because I think it's important. But you know what we got to do here? This siren is coming early. You guys are not used to hearing it this early, but we got to sound the FUD alarm. All right, so the reason I'm sounding the siren, let me go ahead and read what we got on the Kabisi letter. You know, it's the home of the FUD. Breaking. The Atlanta Fed has revised their U.S. Q1 2025 real GDP growth estimate down to 2.4% to 2.7%. All right, so you can see it is predicted to get worse. Adjusting for gold imports and exports, they now see U.S. GDP contracting by 1.5%. Okay, so hey, that talk of a recession, all right, and there's been real no denial that it might happen, even from the president of the United States. That very much is in play, and so here we are looking at a defined previously recession, right? So I know they changed the definition of what it is. It seems like whenever they want, whenever it's convenient, but we are working towards that. And that's kind of why I get a lot of pause right now for taking long positions, because the macroeconomics, the economic data, like when you really start looking at it, it's not great. All right, so it's not great. And then there's a lot of, a lot of people are in flux right now based on this tariff talk. I mean, I know you guys are tired of hearing about it. That seems to flip every day. We're getting 125% tariffs, and we're not getting 125% tariffs. They are, they're not. There's a deal, there's not a deal. We're talking to China, we're not talking to China. Who knows? All right. But that it makes me, hesitate, to be honest with you. And I try to be a little bit more conservative, a little bit more cautious as I'm slinging around capital. Because rule number one is what? Protect your capital. Okay, so that is what we're going to do around here. So anyways, going back to NASDAQ, that's my concern right now. If I were to see this play out, typically, I'd be like, all right, cool. Like, I would say we're probably going to bump up to this area of resistance. What could happen, and it just depends on how much of an impact the data has tomorrow. And that's why I say wait for the data tomorrow and then make an analysis. You got your lines in the sand here. You got your 200, you got your dynamic reactor, you got your zone of interest where you can find a bounce. Why not just wait and see what the data says? And then if there's a small pullback, you get some bullish candles off of this area, then yes, you can look for potential upside for the NASDAQ, and that will have probably a little bit of a correlation to Bitcoin. So over to Bitcoin, because I know that's why most of you are here. You want to know about Betty. You want to know about Betty. All right, we got some liquidity, all right, to talk about here. We got some liquidity at 96.3. We got some liquidity at 91.5. We can go over to the heat map here just to see that. You do got some right there above 96. And then again, there is some down here at about 91.5. And it looks like some more is creeping in about 93K as well. So interesting to see that. Let's go back, look at it on the charts. And I mean, that puts you right there, like in the heart of the range. Now, one thing I want you to look at with this range right now, we're already getting a bounce off it. I thought about doing it. I thought about taking a little long here. Very short scalp was something I was thinking about. Why was I thinking about it? You have an ascending level of support. Okay, you can see it is basically forming an ascending triangle right now. That is bullish. Okay, technically speaking, that is bullish. You would expect a push to the upside. So how do I take this into account and be like, okay, what do I think the price action is going to do? Well, in the short term, what would make the most logical sense, having an ascending level of support, driving into where we have liquidity, would be a wick up to this area. Now, what do you run into? Well, when you zoom out a little bit, you have the previous point of control of the range. All right, very important. And it's, now we're going to take that as a horizontal off of the previous point of control. And I would expect if price action moves up, you will see an initial rejection. So that is why it's kind of drawn the way it is here. You can see price action goes up, gets the liquidity, comes back down. Then you're looking at this area at about 95K for a retest. And that's going to tell you a lot. If it holds its support, we look for continuation. If it breaks down, we look for it to go down. And then I do think this trend line will be out of play, right? I think by the time we break through here, it'll be like a breakout, but to the downside. So that is kind of what I'm really paying close attention to, because I think it's very much in play. Now, all that being said, we know that we have a little bit of shakiness going on right now. We've had a couple earnings reports come out today. They were not good. Okay, there was a couple of them that were very, very bad. They dropped about 20%, like in a day, which is wild to think about for TradeFly. So, are we going into some data that people are perceiving to be bad, and then we cool off, and then we ultimately just pull back? Maybe, but that is why I'm not saying get into a short right here. Let's let price action show us what's going to happen, and then we tie in the data. So let's say we do get bad data, all right? Then what happens? Well, let's say we break out to the downside. We have liquidity here. We have it at 91.5. We also have it up a little bit higher. And then you start looking for a bounce. Now, this is the 8 hour. Let's go to the daily, because I want you to see how I've kind of tied in where we could get a bounce, right? And this is only an initial, okay? This is not saying this is the stronger high confluence area. This is saying the 200 SMA is likely to give you a reaction or some kind of price action off of that area, which is at about 89.6. Okay, I could see a bounce in that area. Now, will it be short-lived? Maybe, because you do have, an area just a little bit under that I like a little bit better. All right, so what was this? We say about 89.6. I like somewhere around 88.7 a little bit better. We could just see a wick, right? The candle close may actually stay over the 200 SMA, and that would be ideal. But what are you doing? You're coming back down to the bottom of this zone. You're also retesting the previous range high. It plays out a lot, and we've been talking about a lot on this show. Things are going down to the previous range high, retesting the zone, flipping resistance into support. It happens over and over again. That, for me, would be the more logical, rational play. Like, this is a little sketchy, but if you do get the wick up with a candle close inside the range, a short may be in order. Okay, a short is definitely in play right now, and I will be keeping an eye on it, and I will be looking for that. When I say that, it is a wick up and then a candle close back within the range. If I get that, then I'm likely looking for a short, and I will be looking, because this liquidity will be gone. So you're taking one factor out of the reason for them to drive price to the upside when liquidity is now gone. Then the next spot, I think, for a little bit more liquidity is a little closer to about 100K, value area high, yada, yada. So again, I will be looking for a short setup here in the near term, and that would take me down, in my mind, to the 200. All right, so what would that look like? Short position, liquidity here, obviously not going to be perfect. And there is really, what you'll be looking for is the wick. Okay, so when the wick comes up, you're really going to have to figure that part out. Where is it at in relation? So I can make an assumption, right? But you can see the kind of returns that you need. So let's just go 3-to-1. Let's be conservative. All right. We know where we're looking at potentially taking this short down to. We can agree on that. The 200 SMA. Let's give it a little love. Let's beat 90. Let's be on the top side of 90. All right. That's currently at a 5.24. So that gives you a little buffer. Definitely gives you a little buffer. I wouldn't anticipate a wick this high, to be perfectly transparent with you, but that gives you, something to look at for a potential short scenario. Okay. And then you exit out of here and we're flipping it. We're then going to look for a potential long, because really the shorter term trend is showing us we are in an uptrend. All right. So if you start looking at the 8-hour, the 4-hour, I would argue that we're showing an uptrend, right? But the overall trend, you could argue, but I would say even on the daily, you're seeing a change of character, right? You've gotten a horizontal level of resistance. You've broken out of that double bottom, yada, 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 breakout retest, all Gucci, right? We haven't truly come back to retest the top of the range though. So that just kind of adds to me, more reasons why we could see that. But let's look at some other things, other factors that could drive that narrative. Okay. And I've talked about it. So, if you guys have been watching, this hasn't changed, and I'll keep it very quick. USDT dominance, support. It's at an area of support. Dynamic reactor. There it is. It's there for you. It's been here for days. It's been here for a week. I can't give you a huge update because we're looking at the same darn thing for a week. It's holding up as support. And that is that. If we lose that area, expect price to go up. If we actually start to get a bounce, if we get a change of character here for USDT and you see this breakout to the upside, then what does that mean? A little bit of downside for Bitcoin. Okay, so keep that in the back of your mind. DXY, that is trying. It is trying to bounce. Okay, it's holding up right now by a thread, because honestly, what I see right now, I don't necessarily like in terms of look at how the trend of the top part of the price action there is actually working its way down. So it's kind of losing strength, right? That's what it's showing me. However, if I was a betting man, and this is more betting, okay, just understand that. This is me taking a swag. Look at how many times it's interacted with this level. Now, it's just a very clear horizontal. I could make this into a box, if I wanted to. It's still in the area of 100 through and through, from top to bottom there. I would bet that it comes up to retest that level. If it does come up to retest that level, then again, opens up the door a little bit for a little bit of downside. And I'm not calling for anything massive, but if DXY goes up and USDT dominance goes down, then you understand the correlation that could happen with Bitcoin. Get a little bit of shaky data coming in. That makes a little sense as well. So that kind of drives the narrative there for you with Bitcoin. And we've seen consolidation here for, again, I think it's been about a week. No big updates there. Let me go ahead and get rid of that for you guys. That is not what I wanted at all. There we go. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Here we go. All right. So it takes up a lot of space here. There we go. So, I would say right now, this breakout retest is, I'd say, less likely. You just got to be ready for it, because looking at the horizontal here, you can see very, very clear support. We got a very key retest. So if you're looking at the support here, all right, that purple is not going to work for anybody. There you go. And then the retest, right? So support, retest of a key level, breakdown, and now we're back up here retesting that same level. This is a very important level. 95K is very important in my mind. This may be the line in the sand that determines of whether we're going to see some continuation to the upside, or if it's time to begin to consolidate and range and be range bound again. So we'll see. Keep an eye on it. I would definitely say send alert at 95K, and you're going to find a lot out here, I think, real soon. If we do break out to the downside, of course, this is what I'm looking at. Get in the area of the 200 SMA, get in the area of the range high, the previous range high, and I think that's where you'll see some price action. All right, so again, that we're flipping. So let's see. Let's find some key levels here. If we were to take a long position off of that area, what would that look like? All right, let's go conservative again. So we take it back up. What do we say? Key level is 95, right? So we want to be just underneath of that. We'll bring this up. This is not as juicy. Not as juicy. This is going to be very dependent on where the wick is, or where the price action really goes down to. I think you can squeeze out a pretty safe 2.5. There you go. So as price action comes down, what would we be looking for? Of course, you want a little wick down, candle close, or just a nice bullish candle coming off of that test or retest of this area of resistance, right? You want to flip that into support, and then we could be looking for a nice little bounce back up to 95K. So there's two ways. There's always multiple ways to find a trade. It's just we got to let the price action do its part. Okay, right now, playing with this is you're playing with fire, because you got an ascending level of support. That would say, hey, we're going to go up, but we could quickly go up to retrace back. So I would say be very, very careful in this area. Time now. All right, so that is Bitcoin. Looked at the heat map. Let's go over to the total market cap real quick. We'll look at that. That's at 2.94 trillion. That is down 1.26%. 24-hour trading volume is at 77.86 billion, which is down 15.7%. Bitcoin dominance currently sitting at 63.5. That is up 0.05. And fear and greed is still at neutral at 53. Bitcoin price is at 94,317. That is roughly neutral, to be honest with you, over the last 24 hours and 7 days. Ethereum is at 1803. It is up 0.35% over 24 hours and 2.56%. XRP is at 224. BNB at 601. Solana at 146. Doge under 18, Cardano under 70, Tron at 24 cents still, and Sui at $3.55. So it's starting to, the move is starting to come to an end, it looks like, for Sui. It's been a hell of a move. Chainlink at $14.60, AVAX at $21.55, Stellar at 27, and Eunice said Leo is at $8.97. That rounds out your top 15. Crypto bubbles. Let's see what's popping. Trump down 10.3%. I had someone reach out to me and they were like, hey man, you should look at Trump. Like, it's going to pop. I was like, it already popped. Like, why would I invest in it now? Like, as soon as they made that announcement, that thing moved like 60%. And it is a meme coin and it is a shaky one at that. So got to be very, very careful. With Trump, I think there's going to be some volatility there, especially because he introduced that prize of having dinner with him. But whatever, just be careful. CAS down 8.4%, very key level that I did reject off. We'll go back and we will look at CAS today on the charts because it did hit a pretty key level. Layer, that's up 10.4%. XMR is up 3.8%. Let's see what else is getting beat up. ENA still down. IOTA, TIA, Brett, and Pingu, and then what is Walrus? All right, I don't know much about Walrus. I guess that's a meme as well, would be my guess. But that is getting pummeled, down 7.2%. Let's go to economic calendar. This is what I've been talking about, guys. GDP growth rate, core PCE, price index, and personal income and spending. All that data is coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're going to get the GDP growth rate at 6:30. Tune in to Piper Academy. And Piper will give you the skinny on that. He is our dude when it comes to that stuff. Let's see what we got in the chat here. We're going to kind of transition back. I know I've been letting it run a little bit. When you can, please pin your links. Thank you. This is why I keep Alexandra. She keeps me in line. I'm getting really bad at this. I used to be like so good at posting links and polls, and now it's like my mind is just poof. All right, links are a-coming. Links are a-coming. There you go. There you go. We'll pin that. Of course, you guys know we do have the deal with Bitunix. You guys can save 10% on your trading fees. That is both spot and futures. Okay, spot and futures. I can also save you 35% on your first month of ChartPrime. I guess I should update that, right? You probably want to see the percentage. 35% on ChartPrime. And then, of course, our Discord is linked in there. And that's the one. That's the one where you go get the alpha. All right. And if you guys are in the Discord now, you guys will see what I've been doing recently is when I go through the charts, like pre-show or just whenever I have time, as long as I have internet, I'm going through the charts and I'm doing it live. And so I'll kind of talk through the charts and probably give you a little bit more detail than what we can do here on YouTube. So this is a little bit more of top down, a little bit quicker, but you can also ask questions. So that's always super dope. And then we can just talk and interact and kind of go through things. So I think it's pretty dope. All right, let's see who else we got in here. We got Goshwick. What is up to you? How you doing, man? Andrea, hello, hello. And let's see, BC Port Corp. What is up, my dude? Good evening to you. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. If you guys don't know, he is on Piper Academy as well. All right, so he does that early morning stuff. That's I'm actually working, but if you guys are up, definitely check them out. Maybe Band-Aid, what is up to you? Evening. And my dude, username. What is up, brother? Good to see you. All right. Hopefully I got I almost missed you. Al Jr., what is up to you? What is up, man? Good to see you, man. All right. Here we go. No plant? Oh, gosh. Here we go, man. He's username is
laser beams
at it again. At it again. You know what? I forgot to actually put up my green screen altogether, brother. This is all digital. It's probably why it looks like crap right now. Let me see here. You want a plant? I can do this for you. But I like the candles, man. I like the candles behind me. But I'll do this. I'll do this for you, man of the people. He has spoken. He has spoken. Face cam. Let's see. Background. Oop. Hey, you got a glimpse of the closet. All right. Let's see here. Need something with a plant. All right. I think this one has a plant in it. There you go, man. There you go. Are you happy now? I hope you're happy. It does look like crap. A little bit. Oh, man. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. All right, cool. Let's get over to the news here. We will check that out. Solana leads in daily active addresses. Solana tops the charts with 4.3 million daily active users over the past 30 days, ahead of chains like Sui, BNB, and Tron. So there you go. I know people say it's like ghost stuff and it's not all real. Whatever, bro. Like, Solana's doing things. There's no doubt about it. All right. And I really think it is a big reason that you've seen a pullback in Ethereum. I honestly do. I can't prove it. But this is one step to showing you why that could be. And it's fast. And it's cheap. And my voice is cracking. Perfect. Losing my voice live. We've already been through the other bit of news here. So let's go ahead and turn over to some altcoins. All right. Let's look at some altcoins. And what did I say? We were going to look at Caspa. We haven't looked at Caspa in some time. Hey, look at this, man. This is exciting. It's always fun going back and seeing some of your previous TA, right? Here you go. You guys know green, right? I like green. That means that we could be, seeing an area to buy. And what you saw, this is kind of similar to what we're seeing right now. And when I'm saying you have an ascending triangle, look at this ascending level of support right here. And then you had the horizontal level of resistance, and this thing popped. But that being said, I was looking for a breakout retest of this area. And then here's the area of resistance I was looking for. So it actually popped. It pushed right through that area of resistance, but here we are. So this I love seeing, and not so much if you're invested, but the reason I love seeing it is because we identify zones, right? We're like, okay, where is a level of resistance? Like, where are we going to exit this trade? And I think a lot of it was tied to, it looks like the dynamic reactor in the bottom here, but yeah. So you can see some of the price action where it lines up. But this is why I'm like, hey, take some profit, or, even exit. When you have the zone you've identified, you got, what you're looking for here. Breakout retest, got it, came up to this level. What's that move? 25%. 25%. Who's going to be mad about a 25% trade? Are you going to be crypto rich and drive your Lambo? Probably not. But 25% trade and you have won the day. Now, why do I say, look at taking profit, look at exiting trades, right? This is the benefit of hindsight, but also this shows the point. You got continuation and you're probably really excited at this point. You're like, oh my gosh, TradeFly is a dodo bird and he told me to take profit. I stayed in the trade. I'm a beast. I'm an absolute beast. Here we are. Now you're looking at it and you're like, damn it, I'm about to round trip this thing. So like this is why. Like if you win the game, you get what you expected. You got up to an area of resistance, just go ahead and take it. And then when you get the breakout retest up here and you get those candle closes, look, it didn't even, this one right here closed, but then the very next candle closed back within the range and then downside. So this is why I preach taking profit. And, if you won the trade, take it to the piggy bank. Okay, wait for the next setup. And then what could we have looked for? Well, then we come back, we zoom out, we reevaluate, and we start looking at, okay, here's another little zone right here. Right? So you're looking at another little zone right there. Would I have taken a long position right here? Absolutely not. Like you guys know that. You've watched me long enough to know that I would not have taken a long position right here. There's no way. I would have been like, okay, cool. I'm out right here. We'll look for the breakout retest, but it would not have been in here. This probably would have been a no trade. And let me, again, benefit of hindsight. All right. One of the few people that are going to say that out loud, benefit of hindsight. All right. I am not, the dear Lord, baby Jesus of trading, but we need to learn from what we see. And when we see things, we can go back and be like, okay, your strategy, how you get into trades, how you get out of trades. Like, what are you looking for? Well, this would clearly be an area that I would say is resistance. And you have the 200 SMA. So what would we have done, right? You guys know at this point, let's go ahead and mark this, right? What would we have done? We would have waited for the breakout retest. So you exit here, you take your 25% profit. We get back up here and we're like, okay, cool. We see we got resistance. Nice little pop, looks great. But we've already said that this is resistance. So let's actually change this. Well, we would then look for what? The breakout retest, right? So get over that area. Now, I would have to find where I would, say, hey, where do I think I could see this reject, come down, retest? But that's what we would look for. And that is how you get back in the game, is that you wait for this to occur, and then you're like, okay, cool, I can take a position again. It's now safe. We've kind of gone through some of these key levels where I feel a lot more comfortable. I've now put the probability in my favor to win a trade. Now, you do lose some of this profit. I understand that. But you also mitigate, it's like a hedge almost. You mitigate the risk of round tripping. And what if you got in here, right? And you moved your stop loss up to entry, or maybe you got in here, you waited for the breakout and you move your stop loss up to entry. What happens? You get stopped out, right? So I guess it all depends on how you get into it. I'd prefer to just take this profit and run, personally. And then I just wait, and I wait for the next one. And then what if I can get a 10 to 15% move off of this? Then I don't care about that anymore. Personally, it just doesn't really matter. So I don't know. That's that. I mean, what are the odds that we're going to always buy the bottom? You know, like you can be like, oh, well, I could have bought here, the double bottom and took it. I mean, you could have, but I mean, look here, you would have took this up, got waxed, came back down, stopped out. You know, like, cool. You got a double bottom right here. Take it up. You feel like you've done it. You're the best. You're up, what, probably 100%, 80 some percent. Come back down, get stopped out. Or you're in the negative and you thought you nailed it. That's trading. Right here, you thought you nailed it. But were you able to take profit? Were you able to realize any gains? And that's the psychological aspect that I think a lot of people struggle with in this game. And I think a lot of the content creators struggle with articulating that as well. So understand what you're getting into when you're kind of dealing with me. Like, I'm not a hodl guy. I am a trader, and understand that is perspective that you're going to get from me. Okay, so I am taking my wins, and I will accumulate those wins, and then I'm totally cool with that. All right, so I'm not trying to get a Lambo in one trade. All right, cool. So anyways, Cass, you have resistance above you. Be careful there. I wouldn't take a long right now. I would let it come down, settle out. Either you find support right here. Let's go ahead and change this. We'll make this green, right? It's a nice little horizontal out of this area. You broke out. Coming back down for a retest is actually quite logical, to be honest. Let's get rid of that. It's already played out. I don't need to go with the I told you so's too much. But right here, coming back down, retest this zone, that makes a lot of sense. You get some bullish structure off of this area at about 82 cents, and you see that Bitcoin, the North Star, is continuing, to consolidate or to make its way up. Hell yeah, man. Like, I wouldn't be too scared of taking a position. For the long term, like, Cass is still looking a little right now. This was your first, like, real push up. Like, yes, in the shorter time frames, this looks good. This was your first real push up to say, hey, can we set a higher high? And we didn't. You got rejected pretty hard. So right now, currently, trend is still to the downside for Cass. So be careful. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Kyle Fields, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Thanks for being here. My man was asking for a 2 p.m. Central, very specific. I'm gonna try to help you out as best I can, brother. I'm gonna look. I have all the content creators, like time frames and all that stuff, and I will see what I can work out for you. I'll try to get something close. Let me see. Catching up on the chat here. Discord is fun and full of alpha, my dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, and if you're a true degenerate, and you're just you're a crazy person that likes some not safe for work stuff, hit me up. May have a home for you. All right, where is the plan? We've already figured that part out. I got man. That's the Mr. Miyagi one right there, man. Should have some good luck. All right, here we go. This is my first day watching the House of Fly. Yeah, I did give you a little sneak peek. If you guys don't know, like, my whole setup, like, I have actually, like, a decent sized house, 4-bed, 3-bath, but I've decided, like, my whole setup to get away from everything, all the chaos. It's easier. Like, I have a walk-in closet, and I've just dedicated a space to that. Makes it, I don't know, isolates me, which is kind of nice. I got kids. They're crazy. So we got Jesse. What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you in the chat as well. Rib chat. I know one day we will bring the emojis back. It is going to be a big day. That is going to be a celebration for us. There is no doubt about it when I can get monetized again. All right, open along on TIA at $6.95, aiming for 3.197 TP golden pocket. All right, let's look at some TIA, man. Down to look at some TIA. Investing bros. Yeah, I'm not gonna overlap those guys. That would not work out well for me. Not at all. All right. Tia. It's $6.95. Am I not? Do I not have the right? This. TIA. Yeah. I got Tia up. I'm struggling with the $6.95. If you open a long, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. I was like, what? I'm a little confused here, man. All right, $2.95. All right, that makes a lot. That makes a lot more sense. All right, cool. Let's look at Tia. Man, so that's another one, man. This one's on the struggle bus as well. You never like it when like this is its starting point on Blowfin, and we are back to the starting point. So $2.95. All right. Okay. So small critique. I'm trying to look at your $2.95 area. Just small critique. Like you see how I have this horizontal? Oh, you need the charts. There we go. You need the charts. So this horizontal right here, we had this identity. It's been a long time since I've looked like Tia. No range boxes or any of that. It's just straight horizontal. So I know it's been a while. But $2.70, right? Look how clear this horizontal is, right? You look at buying pressure coming in, wick off of that, wick off of it again. You've retested it. All right. So it's both support and resistance multiple times. And let's go back all the way to the previous range here. It was resistance. Okay. So there's a lot that lines up. You can, and I would turn this into a box. That's kind of been my thing of like finding a little bit more of a zone, vice just a straight horizontal. You can kind of move this up and down just a little bit. All right. But what I'm looking at is like how price action interacts with that level and why I think it's important. So look here, right? You got this nice, it's like a change of character, right? So little change of character, but it's a breakout retest. So check it out. Breakout, you get the rejection, and now we're retesting that area. This is where I'd be more likely, not saying I would take a long, just based on the current conditions, but this is where I'd be more likely to take a long position. Like it's a little bit better of a setup, a little bit higher probability in my mind. I'm not saying, I'm right or wrong. Just saying that I think that this would be like where I would get more interested. So what are we looking for? Probably the next candle, right? The next candle will probably tell you like, hey, are we going to hold this as support or are we going to break down from that level? And this would be where I would look for that entry. So daily looks crap on the prime oscillator. I'm assuming the 8-hour does as well. Let's look at the 4-hour. It has an opportunity to reset. So if you do like the 4-hour, you're getting some support underneath of you, the 200, which is significant. 200 on the 4-hour, people do respect. The dynamic reactor, horizontal level, this is really your entry or area that I would be interested in and taking that entry. In terms of like, where do I get serious about it? And you're looking, you got an opportunity to kind of reset the oscillator. You got the True 7 flash. There's a lot more stuff lining up right here in this area. More so than 295. 295 for me, I mean, that would have been tough. And why I say that's tough is like, I just come back left on the charts and I look at this right here. See this price action, how it's all kind of like grouped up, but what you see is really clear. And I know I obviously have the benefit of going back in time and ripping this apart like after the fact. But if you do watch me and continue to watch me, you will see my mindset when it comes to support and resistance levels, especially horizontals. And you will see that I look for areas just like this. And when I see, multiple retests, both support and resistance with a breakdown, this is very key as well. This breakdown retest right there, that is showing you at about $3, psychological number too. Keep that in your mind as well. $3 is a psychological area. This would have been a pretty clear horizontal for me. All right. And I probably would have taken a little range. Let's actually do a little bit of a range. Just a little bit. So had I done a little TA on this for you, I would have looked at that area as resistance. So basically exactly where you took your long position, I would have said, I would be looking for resistance in that area. And so we did get a rejection there. I mean, and again, I have the benefit of going back and looking at it. I'm just looking at price action, just so you understand. And then the other thing to take into account too is Bitcoin's your North Star. And you start looking at other things. You look at CAS, you look at Solana, you look at some of the other cryptos, you look at Cardano. Like, let me go through and I want to show you why this kind of lines up. We already talked about CAS. Let me just show you Cardano real quick. Very clear resistance. Previous point range, point of control. All right. And you have very clear horizontal there as well. Okay. So clear resistance for Cardano. If you don't think that these things line up, then it's craziness, right? Because they honestly, many times, they're going to hit support and they're going to hit resistance at very similar times. Here you go. Looking at Solana. Very clear zone of resistance. How close does that look to what you see for Celestia or Tia, whatever you want to call it, right? Very similar. Very similar. So that is something that you take into consideration when you're thinking about a long position on some of these projects or tokens. So here we go. We come back and look. You see how it kind of starts lining up? And it'll give you a little bit of a pause. So this is the difference between taking a position at even as low as $2.93 down to, present level. That's 7%. So you're 7% in the hole already. Vice, I would have said, hey, look for the breakout retest. That's kind of my thing. I think it's conservative play. Sometimes you miss this, by the way. Like sometimes it just pumps through and you miss that whole move. But here nor there, we're there right now, right? So that's, for me, it's a learning experience, right? I would look for that next time. And, that would give you a better entry in my mind. So, all right. Looking at that, and then you said you were looking for, let me see here. Let me see the return you were looking for. I think it was like a 3.197. Got it. All right, so 3.197. And I have, again, the benefit of hindsight on this. So don't be too discouraged. Just kind of taking you through my own personal mindset. And you'll see that I will set things up very similar pretty much every time. All right, let's see. 3.197. So it's somewhere around here. So I like where your head's at in terms of, I'm assuming your exit is somewhere around here. Oh, no, that is not the risk to reward. That is where you're actually trying to exit. Never mind. Okay, let me take it back down. 3.19. Okay, that's logical. I mean, your risk to reward though, I don't know what your stop loss is. Oh man, did I mess that all up? 2695 is your open. Might be, dude. I don't know why I thought it was 2.95. Oh, it's because first thing was 6.95 and then 2.695. Sorry, man. I'm gooning all that up, but that kind of remains. That actually good. So that's good to hear. 2.695. You're at 2.7. Perfect. Good. All right. So that makes me feel a lot better. That being said, I'd be careful. Just knowing you have like this confirmed area of resistance. see here. I would say, let's get rid of this. That was a short box. That's cool, man. I mean, that's good. Breakout retest. Love it. Looks like at least, you know, that's a logical play, right? I would let at least that candle close on the 4 hour, just kind of give you confirmation. You just kind of went for the retest, and that's you can definitely do that. I'm just a little conservative. Let's go to the let's do a long here. So you're at 6.95. You pretty much caught the wick, which is nice. All right, what's your risk to reward? You know, that's always important as well. You going up to this level? You're going above. So yeah, I'd say be careful, right? So one of the things I like to do is when you get this wick down, right? Grab some liquidity, reestablish the range. Just to give you some thought process. Like you got the wick, which is dope. But I would say the more conservative play in my mind is looking to get back into this range and something a little closer to a 2-to-1 is what I would look for. All right. Stop loss below the wick. You get your confirmation candle saying that, hey, yeah, we're going to have a candle close over top of that area. Then you take your entry and then you take it up to the area of resistance, right? Very prominent area of resistance. And that for me is like the safer, more conservative play. So cool, man. Well, that's cool. I'm glad we could interact a little bit here today. If you're not over in the Discord, man, come on over. Would love to chat with you more. All right, here we go. Who else we got going on? Dave Digital's in the chat. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? I love chunky candles by OC. Dave, OC named Frankie Candles Chunky Candles. All right. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm not going to continue down that road. Maybe I'll have to think about what I read next time. All right. Cool. Well, I hope everyone is doing well tonight. I'm going to look at one more. We kind of briefly looked at Solana, Cardano. Let's see. Let's look at SWI, because SWI had a really, really nice move up. Cool. Finally hitting some resistance for SWI, man. What an epic move that was. Getting a little breakout retest, maybe? That'd be tough. Honestly, I'm going to take that off. That's not something I don't think I'd really be interested in right now. Not after this move. Nope. I'm going to pass on that one. Let's, resistance here. I mean, it is trying to hold over this area of support. That's at about $3.52. It's going to flip that right now since it has moved up. It's trying to hold a support. And then, let's see. Let's do a fib retracement on this. I want to see what the retracement, potential bounce. If only. All right. Let's get rid of that. Let's do a fib retracement. Let's go low to high. That brings you at the 0.5. Let's go from this low right here. I just want to see. Okay. So the 0.5 would bring you right back down to this little zone where it looks like you can find a bounce. So if you guys missed the move, you're upset. Trust me, there's been many, many times where you think you missed the move and then it comes back down, gives you another opportunity. It's just, do you want to take it? Do you want to take it when it retraces, about 50%? It's up to you. But that's where I would look for it. I would set an alert right here, which we can do. Let's do that. Can we set an alert on I've never tried it on a rectangle. It does not like you can do it. All right, let's go ahead and just put a horizontal at 0.5. And there you go. So we'll wait. We'll wait to see what the old SWI does. You can see volume is coming out at a rapid rate. I wouldn't be surprised to see this pull back a little bit. Great analysis. I know. Knocked that one out of the park for Sui. It's a little harder. It's harder to read, man. Like when you have these big moves, it's just like you're kind of winging it. But this is, hey, you know, I was talking about this earlier. These ascending triangles, man, I like them. I think they definitely have a higher penchant to play out than a bull flag or a pennant. If you see a ascending triangle after a large move up, that is way more bullish to me than seeing a flag or a pennant. Make note of that. All right, cool. So $2.96, also a psychological area of about $3. That's where I would set an alert. Might move that up just a little bit so we can kind of front run it. But I think that makes sense to kind of just, wait for Sui. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. Discord link is pinned at the top of this chat. That's right. That is right. Check it out. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I hope everyone has a great night. Thank you for stopping by. Again, if you did enjoy it, like, subscribe. That helps me out. Come on over to the Discord. Save yourself some money on Bitunix if you want. That is actually pinned right now in the chat. So if you guys are trying to save on Bitunix on the exchange, in the description, that is the standard link. So come over to the Discord, and then you can get the link for the 10%. All right. If you missed this, if you're watching this as a replay, if this is a replay for you, then come over to the Discord and get the link there. You can save 10%. All right, cool. I'm going to get out of here. Hope everyone has a great night. As always, trade safe, be safe, and I'm out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.